Got a golf major starting tomorrow on Thursday. Time to get the bets in as we step up to whatever the first tee. Get in the hole.
From the comfort of their homes,
Mashed potatoes.
You Better You Bet presents Golf Bets.
Let's go, Brandon.
Now up to the tee box, it's Nick Costos, Ken Barkley, and Tyler Morales.
All right, let's start with the outrights here. I feel like it's Masters week all over again. Nobody's talking about Rahm, and he's priced above 10-1. Gave him out that week at 10-1, and he won, so I'm going to do it again. 2 events leading up to the Masters, he was not good. A WD in 31st. The two events leading up to the U.S. Open, 50th and 16th, not good again. Feel like he just kind of just like trends and tries to, gets back into form for the majors. And he was not, he should have, I'll start with this. Scheffler's putting's been the story of this whole entire week and how he would have won the Memorial if he made putts. Rahm lost 5 strokes putting as well. He would have also won. The ball striking numbers were off the charts for him. And unlike Scotty, I have faith in Rahm bouncing back. Rahm's 7th on tour in strokes gained putting. Scheffler's 148th. Why do we think there's any reason Scheffler's going to putt well this week? And we know Rahm's going to probably bounce back. So I like Jon Rahm a lot. Rahm has won the 3 of his last 4 events on the West Coast. If we do this for Homa when he goes to California, why can't we do this for Jon Rahm? He dominates anytime he's on the West Coast. And the one win he didn't have was the Farmers Insurance, and he finished like 6th. He played very well that week. So Jon Rahm, the best number you can find, I like. This is a long shot here. I'm not even going to mention the name. I'll put it at the end. This guy is 3rd in ball striking in the last 6 majors. In the 2 majors this year, he's 4th. He lost a combined 8 strokes putting in the last 2 majors. Sounds a lot like Scotty Scheffler. Finished 3rd in his last event. It's Live. And was one swing away from winning a major. If he won that major, he's likely like 40, 50-1 in this field. Mito Pereira is 110. I think that's maybe the craziest outright price we've seen in a while. And I don't know if he's going to win, but I bet him to win. I put a little money on it, but I'm going to bet him to outperform his expectations. 14-1 top 5, 6-1 top 10. I'm going to bet him in some head-to-heads too.
What are your bets, Ken, for the U.S. Open?
I think Tyler talked me into Mito Pereira. I was going to go Joaquin Niemann.
That was pretty convincing, right?
Now I feel like an idiot. Now I feel like I have to bet Mito Pereira to do everything in this tournament. I was really in on Spieth. That's been like a consensus opinion of a lot of people we had on the show, like ways in which this course is the same. So I like Spieth. And then for a live guy that's not Mito Pereira, maybe it's Niemann, Dustin Johnson. I think at the price seems like a pretty good idea. You compare like, U.S. Open stats versus other tournament stats, major stats versus other tournament stats. Dustin Johnson, like obviously one of the best splits. A lot of that from earlier in his career, but not that far removed from a lot of really good finishes. So Dustin, Spieth, Mito, just because Tyler made like that was the case of the year for somebody.
The case for Mito Pereira sounds like the name of like an episode of like I don't know what show.
It's like a podcast for like This Is Criminal or something. Yeah.
The case of Mito Pereira. He talked me into Mito big time, so I'll bet Mito also.
Me
How
too for Mito. Yeah.
Oh, I like it. Trying to think of like, can I tell this joke? Probably.
Yeah,
not.
no, you don't. Anything you're going to think of? No, and we only have 2 minutes. Yeah.
I think the answer is yes, by the way, but I'm not going to do it. Mito Pereira. How could you not bet Jon Rahm in this tournament at that price? Although Tyler did a great job breaking it down. Did you know he's won 3 of his last 4 tournaments on the West Coast? I do, because Tyler just said it. Joining us right now to give us some bets for the U.S. Open. One of our favorites here on You Better You Bet. Are You Better You Bet family member. The one, the only, the great Will Brinson from CBS Sports, CBSSports.com, CBS Sports HQ. You hear him on the Pick 6 podcast as well on Twitter at Will Brinson.
I'm like actually really excited for this course of this tournament and kind of being able to lock in for a few days. I haven't been able to do that with the first 2 majors. And I love the U.S. Open. It's just really fun to watch guys like actually struggle with golf courses because I struggle with golf courses like literally every time I play. There are 2 narratives that like everyone's not narratives, but just like the way people talk about the guys they like in this tournament, like the sell, the case for 2 players. And I want to know if you kind of like buy or sell these cases. Victor Hovland like got over the hump and now is going to win a major. That's case number 1. And case number 2 is Max Homa wins everything in the state of California. So he is going to win this tournament or at least play really well. Do you buy or sell either of those 2 cases?
I love those questions because those are 2 guys I was going to mention, like thinking about mentioning as well. Is like because everyone likes Homa. Everybody is on Homa this week. One of the things about Max Homa that concerns me, and I'm not saying he can't win. I think Max is a great golfer. He has a very well-rounded skill set, hits the ball the way you want to, plays exceptional golf on the West Coast, is very comfortable out here, or out there, sorry. The one issue with Homa, I think, is that coming into this year, Max, I really believe, psyched himself into believing correctly that he was going to win a major. And you saw it when he went to Augusta and he played poorly. He followed it up with a really bad, like there was a major letdown round. And I just sort of wonder, is Max putting too much pressure on himself to win a major, knowing that he's sort of taking that next step in the pantheon of golfers, of modern day golfers, and that would be my one concern. But his number is such that like I'm gonna have a hard time passing up, because when Max Homa wins a major, I want to be on him, and this is a course that fits his skill set and a place where he's very comfortable. With Victor Hovland, like I love Victor Hovland. He's on sort of my like odd, not Mount Rushmore, but just like AJ Brown. Like I put it with AJ Brown. Like I wish they were my children, you know, like guys that I just oddly love. Like AJ Brown is he's just a man, a grown ass man, and then Victor Hovland is just like a little adorable Norwegian stoner. Like I wish Victor Hovland was my was in my family so I could hang out with him. I think it'd be a blast. I do buy into the idea that you get over the hump. I also think you can make the argument the other way, where in golf, a lot of times you tell yourself, I just got over the hump. Now I'm going to go win a major. It's my time to go win a major. And I think that's a really, even like confidence is always good in golf, but I think believing that something should happen when you tee it up is a little dangerous, because you can convince yourself that it makes it a little bit harder to deal with the natural adversity that's going to happen when you're out there on a US Open course.
Question. Here we go. I've been sitting on this one for a while. So,
oh boy.
Whatever you prefer, end every conversation with "I love you." So every time you talk to somebody, you got to end it with "I love you," or call your partner the wrong name during a fight.
Oh, it's just the easiest. I mean, I would rather end every conversation if I could live a million years with "I love you" than have the second thing happen.
Yeah, but like realistically, like it really shouldn't be during fight. It should be like when you're in bed, you call them by the wrong name.
Yeah, well, that's where I thought it was going.
That's what I thought it was too. Like during a fight, I'd rather do during the fight, because during a fight, you can kind of get away with anything and then you have to apologize afterwards. Like in bed is like an impossible situation. That's like always going to be super awkward. But fight is like in a fight, you're supposed to say something that's going to hurt the person the most.
But I am guessing what Tyler means by that is like the wrong name would be like calling your significant other like an ex's name. It's like the only way this makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think in a fight, like I think it actually
dude,
a fight is
brutal, man. That would be absolutely brutal.
But it's brutal. It's brutal no matter what, right? It's 100% of the time it's brutal. It doesn't matter if it's a fight or anything else. I think a fight actually mitigates it. I think a fight's one of the only times it's not the worst thing ever.
All right, so let's change it. Do you want to change this to like in bed with your significant other, you call them by a different name, or like
then it's easy. You just say I love you to everybody, right?
Yes.
It's like
or like you go to the bank and tell the teller you love them at the end of the conversation.
Yeah, Nick, I love you. Tyler, I love you. Jake, I love you. Mike, I love you. Great. Alex,
Great.
I love you.
Honestly, I thought it might be pretty pleasant actually to do that. I've done that before, where like I'll have a conversation with someone that I do not love, and at the end it's like habit sometimes, and they'll be like, "All right, I love you. Talk to you later," and then I'll be like,
We have it on the show sometimes. Remember, like we'll be like Malusis has said "love you" to us. Matt Morris said it. Colin said it.
That's true.
Brinson was talking about the group chat that you're in with you and him and Pete Prisco. I'm gonna guess like Jamie might be in that chat too, because I could see like CBS guys.
Yes.
Who would be the most awkward? You and someone else, or two other people in the chat? What would be the most awkward? Like "I love you," and then the person like wouldn't know what to say.
I think if I said "I love you" to Brinson would say "I love you" back.
I agree. I think that would be the least awkward one almost.
I think Jamie would say "I love you" back also.
Okay. What about Pete?
I don't know what. Call Pete, Jake. Pete Prisco is with us right now. Hello, Pete.
What's up?
Where are you right now? You're at a mini camp, right?
No, I was in Tampa yesterday.
How is the Trask Mayfield battle going?
It's not. Baker's winning it. It's not even close.
So like Trask, but I saw and I'm sure you're right, but like there were headlines today that Trask is looking pretty good. You think like it's a done deal, Baker Mayfield starting in week 1?
100%. Lock. Guaranteed.
How's things going in your life?
Everything's good. Why? What's up?
Nothing. Honestly, we were just thinking about you. I know that you were doing a bunch of stuff at minicamp, and we love having you on the show, and you've always been a good friend to me. And we really appreciate it. Pete's on Twitter at Prisco CBS, CBS Sports HQ, and CBSSports.com. I love you.
What are you doing? Something's weird.
I'm just expressing my appreciation.
Oh, no. They said you had a question for me, and I said, okay, go ahead and ask the question, but you're being weird. Why are you being so weird?
I love you.
Shut up. What are you doing? You're being weird. You need help. Go get help. You need mental help.
We appreciate it, man. We'll talk to you soon.
What are you doing? What is wrong with you two? Something's wrong with you two today.